Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing Blue-White Familiars, trying to go with less combo-centric, even though it says combo. But what we're doing here is we're going to play two Murmuring Mystics, which says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 blue bird illusion creature token with flying. So we're going to pack our deck with lots of instants and sorceries. Not as many as we could be playing, but I'm going to go back to the more stock list that I was playing before with the Modern Age and Deep Analysis. And then I'm basically just cutting one counterspell and then one flex slot for the two Murmuring Mystics. We're just going to play 3 Lorien Revealed here. I've been finding I'm getting a little bit flooded on them. But Murmuring Mystic, everybody has been talking up this card saying how beastly it is, so we might as well try it and see if we can just win a lot. But apparently all the 1/1 and going wide is pretty good versus Terror, so I'm interested in shoring up that matchup and seeing how it goes. Otherwise, we're not doing too much. I'm actually going to replace the Dawnbringer Cleric. Well, we're leaving the Cleric in. One of the things that I was talking about with some people was whether or not this Dawnbringer Cleric should be a Destroy Evil, because Destroy Evil is pretty good versus Terror. And specifically, if I'm trying to hedge there, that probably makes sense. So let's use Destroy Evil instead of Cleric. So we've got some good cards here versus Terror. We've got the Modern Ages to beat down and filter our lands. I was trying to play the Windrider Wizard, but it just seems to be a little bit too fragile, too slow. It's a little bit unfortunate. So we're going to try going back to more stock type things and trying changing one card at a time. Just 4 cantrips, 4 Modern Age, 2 Deep Analysis, 3 Lorien Revealed. We're on 19 lands. I'm switching up the Ash Barrens. I'm making 2 of them Broker's Hideout because I find that turn 1 Ash Barrens into Lorien Revealed is terrible. So maybe we just want to be able to have fetching out blue sources quickly. And in the sideboard, I've got 6 Anti-Affinity, 1 more Dawnbringer Cleric, or 1 Dawnbringer Cleric here. This is really good versus Bogles, so I want to keep that. And then Prismatic Strands, which is good versus red. 1 more Counterspell specifically for the Ponza decks, Negates, and then Hydroblast for red. So let's run it out and see how it goes. We'll see you in the matches. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. Definitely check out the Patreon if you want more information about Familiars. I know we're just keep spamming Familiars in videos, but it's a deck that I love, and I'm trying to find a sweet list and start crushing with it. So we'll see you there. See you in the matches. Okay, round 1 versus Trinisphere. I'm gonna keep this, and then I'm gonna fetch an island. So if they're on Ponza, we can hold up Counterspell, and if they're not on Ponza, we can preordain into Chancery, and then the next turn play the Modern Age. Mulligan to 6 cards, but a Trinisphere player, their name is Trinisphere, they're probably on some sort of deck that's kind of like Ponza. We'll find out. Trinisphere in Legacy is known as like the lock deck. Mine, okay, Tron stuff. So we are going to preordain, bottom the Barrens, and top the Familiar, play the Chancery, pick this up. And now we get to find out what kind of Tron they are. They don't have turn 3 Tron. They have double map. Energy Refractor still could be Altertron. We're going to play Familiar into the Modern Age, discarding 1 land. Pass the turn. On our next turn, we have Drifter, Flicker, Drifter, holding up an island. If we find a snap, we can Drifter, Snap, Drifter, and hold up Counterspell. But I'm not interested in holding up Counterspell until they have Tron, I guess. Okay, now they have it. So we have to find out what they are. Another map. Find another Familiar. A draw. I'll discard 1 Counterspell, actually. This is tough. So I could discard the Flicker, but they can crack the map for a Bog. Let's discard the Counterspell, play Island, play Sunscape Familiar, since they're gonna have Tron the next turn. I'm concerned that they are a control Tron and they're gonna have Bojuka Bog. So they reveal Urza's Tower. Now they have infinite mana, basically, and they have all their colors because of Energy Refractor. On the next turn, we're going to Drifter Ephemerate. It appears to be a Control Tron. Mole Drifter, let's just counterspell. They have no response. Murmuring Mystic, huh? So we can play the Mystic and then go for Drifter Ephemerate, but they could have a counterspell. They didn't counterspell in response to the Mole Drifter, even though I was tapped out. So I think this is probably safe. Let's evoke. Now we get to draw 2. Ephemerate. We get a bird. And I'm riding on this resolving. Cool, they let it resolve. And we get to play island. I think I'm just gonna preordain, get another bird, really pressure them. And then it looks like we have another drifter and an island. So I probably don't need the island. I'll take the drifter. I'm thinking I don't need the island because I'm going to ephemerate the drifter this turn. Draw 3 cards. They crack the map. It's either going to be a tower or a bog. They grab a tower. Cycle Lorien revealed. So they're on, for sure, a Control Tron deck. I'm surprised that they cycled the Lorien because they just had so much mana. I would have just cast it probably. There's the Bajuka Bog. So we have 1 counterspell left in the deck. We can use Destroy Evil to take out their walls, or their, like, Dinrova Horror. Hopefully they don't have Dinrova Horror. They're casting Mystical Teachings. Grabbing Destroy Evil to take out my Bird Mystic. That's really funny. Apparently the Murmuring Mystic is a big deal to them. Interesting. They cycled another... That's very strange. Okay. We only have 1 counterspell left. Ephemerate the Mole Drifter. Okay, so let's go Mancer. Get back Ephemerate. Play the Chancery. Pick this up. I'm going... Oh. So let's Drifter and snap it. Untap, untap. We can Ephemerate for the snap. Drifter, snap, drifter again. Okay. Now we can cast Familiar into Mole Drifter. No counterspell, so just cast another Mole Drifter. We went wide anyway, attack everything. So we have 10 cards in hand, we have to discard 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. If they have something like a Rolling Thunder, we're in trouble. They still can Mystical Teachings for like a sweeper. There's the Breath Weapon. So they kill all their stuff. Ephemerate's gonna resolve. Ephemerate and get back, no, or we can't get back anything, obviously. Mancer. Back the Ephemerate. I'm gonna draw 3 here. This is tough. I guess now I can Ephemerate and get back the Lorien. We're going to prohibit. Okay. Let's attack. I'm going to let's just discard the preordain here. I think I probably want to Mortuary Mire back the Mole Drifter so I can draw cards. They just scooped it up. They didn't have anything going on. Okay, fair enough. So now we just bring in all of our counterspells. It's not the Prismatic Strands. Don't think the Destroy Evil is good. A couple of Revoke Existences could be good for their Energy Refractor and stuff. But they do have a lot of colored sources with the Lorien revealed, so maybe that's not that big of a deal. Hydroblast is definitely good. Maybe we can cut 1 snap. Another Hydroblast. So we have negates, counterspells, Hydroblasts, a singleton Revoke Existence. Okay. So we just ran them over. I gotta turn on my league score. Okay, league score's online. This is fine. We're just hoping they don't have Dinrova Horror, basically. But we do have 4 counterspells. Trinisphere molds to 6 cards. Power Plant. Play Floodplain. So now if they play Energy Refractor, we can revoke it. They cycle the Warring Revealed, grabbing a regular island? No, a tap land. Let's see if they play the tap land or what. Yep, okay. So what do we have? Counterspell. What are they going to play on turn 3? I'm going to play the Chancery, pass the turn, pick up the Floodplain, and then I'm going to discard the other Chancery. I could discard the Deep Analysis, but I feel like I want the card advantage, but we'll find out if that's good or not. Energy Refractor, so we can play Floodplain, kill the Refractor. I killed the Refractor, their turn. So they're very far away from Tron mana at this point. Plays an Expedition map. I can crack the map for another Tron land. I guess the worst case scenario for us here would be them having another map in hand. They play Mine. They're going to play the Mine? No, they play Bajuka Bog to get rid of our Revoke. Okay. I think I should probably play out the Familiar here. Pass the turn. I can hold up the Counterspell. Next turn, play Murmuring Mystic, holding up Counterspell. Mystic goes wide really fast. 5 mana for our opponent, so they can play a Mole Drifter that we would counter. But they can do nothing. That's also good. Okay, so we have Familiar. Into pass the turn. Because I want to hold up Counterspell for a Mole Drifter or a Wall. Teachings for what? Okay. Maybe they'll get their crop rotation? If so, they should have left open the blue, maybe? They could be teachings, using teachings for a Pyroblast. Okay, Pyroblast. They have 6 mana. So here I want to Deep Analysis, Flashback Deep Analysis. Draw 2 cards. 2 cards again. They land. Pass the turn. Now they can teachings again. I guess I should. No, they've used Impulse. I was considering whether or not I should counterspell their flashback teachings because that gives them the teachings chain. But they could just draw into another one. And then if okay, now they have Tron, so we're kind of hosed. Energy Refractor, attempt to counterspell. So they kind of have to Pyroblast this. Pyroblast is out of their hand now. But they have basically anything they want to do. Mnemonic Wall for Pyroblast. What if they'll Pyroblast the Murmuring Mystic? Yes, Mystic. We need to try to draw into, well, we're trying to get more card advantage in hand. Well, not more card advantage. We want to get some counterspells in hand. We counterspell the Murmuring Mystic. Okay. So now I would like to waste their mana, so they can't do anything now. Get a Mole Drifter into play. Draw some cards. Put another Deep Analysis. Let's Chancery back the island. Cast a Modern Age. So we can discard. I think this turn is going to be Preordain. The next turn we can discard the Deep Analysis to the trigger and then cast it right away so that we don't lose the Deep Analysis completely. My land development has put me at huge risk for a Dinner Over Horror, though. Just the way it goes. 5, 6 teachings. Destroy evil. They're going to blow up my Modern Age? Yeah, that's a medium plan, but it works, I guess. Okay, so they're going to blow up the Modern Age. They have 3 cards in hand. They don't appear to have a flicker yet. We have a snap. Interesting. Mortuary Mire, get back the Mystic. So they don't have flicker in hand. Let's draw 2. That's annoying. They have an Unwind. Now they could flicker Fog and their creature, the wall, to get rid of all my stuff. Now we have Flicker Mystic, play Murmuring Mystic. They don't do anything. Going to attack, and then I think I'll preordain looking for a counterspell. Okay, we find Counterspell Archaeomancer. That's pretty good. So we top those, and then we can sneakily snap and cast Counterspell. I'm going to Ephemerate the Mnemonic Wall. I'm going to snap it. They scoop the match. Fair enough. They must have had nothing in hand. See, I mean, that doesn't actually do anything because they could just replay the wall, get back Ephemerate, get back Pyroblast. So they're just assuming that I had the counterspell in hand or whatever, but they just don't feel like playing. That's okay. We'll take the win. On to round 2. Okay, we reversed Magic Tonga. I think it was on burn or something last time. We're on the play. I'm going to keep this. We can play Floodplain, cycle for an island, play island, cast Preordain. Even though that's slow, that's okay. That's an okay start. Floodplain, pass. Boros. Okay, so a Boros deck won the challenge, or top 8 of the challenge, with 4 relics in the main deck. Chancery, Preordain. Let's take these. Murmuring Mystic is pretty good versus Boros, though. They just scoop. Okay, what is going on? Okay, Boros. Bringing the revokes over the Destroy Evil. 2 revoke existence. I'm going to cut 1 snap. And then the question is, do I want Counterspell or the Hydroblast? Probably want some number of Hydroblast. I usually like to go 2 and 2, but now I'm looking for more cards to cut. I think I'll go 2 Hydroblast, 1 Counterspell. I could maybe not have played 2 Revoke Existence though. If they're on Quad Relic, I think I want 4 Revoke Existence, or not 4, but I want the 2 Revoke Existences if they're on Quad Relic. Keep. An early Revoke Existence means we could take out their land potentially. Plains, it is Boros. Most likely Boros. Okay, Broker's Hideout, grabbing the Plains. This allows us to play Revoke on turn 2. Or Wellspring. Just gonna get rid of your land here. Well, actually, let's go Faithful into Preordain. Didn't even see that I had that. So I can top both of these. This is not an artifact. They go Wellspring, pick up, or Core Skyfisher, pick up the Wellspring. That's what they did. So we're going to Chancery, pick up the Plains, and then get our Modern Ages going, which are good blockers. Pass the turn. Plays an Experimental Synthesizer, finding a Thraben Inspector. Plays a Core Skyfisher to pick up the Synthesizer, so they're going to lose the Thraben Inspector. Wow, what a rip. Finds a land, plays a Thraben Inspector. Nice. Okay, we have Counterspell. Draw a card. Discard Island. We're gonna go play Familiar. Pass the turn. They only have 1 red source right now, so we can Counterspell a Bolt on the Familiar. Play an Ichor Wellspring again. Looking for a Bolt, I guess. Trying to yield to their trigger, but they haven't clicked it. There we go. So second red source. Another Wellspring. Okay. Pass the turn. They get in for 4. Now we have a 2/3 flyer. And Murmuring Mystic is here, so let's go Mystic into Preordain. Snapmancer. Well, I think I'm going to bottom both of these since I was looking for a land. Okay. We didn't find a land. Play Synthesizer again. Raven Inspector off the Synth, so they get to play that. They're just going to crack the Clue. Still looking for bolts, I guess. There's no bolts in hand. Okay, the Gal Blast, the 2/3 flyer. Get in. Okay, that's fine. 4 damage is not that much, considering we have all these Faithfuls. Plays a Dawnbringer Cleric to get rid of a Preordain. Just gain 2 life. Okay. Let's go Faithful, Land, Arcanemancer, grab a Preordain. Wow. They're too. Oh man. Okay. I'll take it. Just the Boros was too clunky, I guess. We didn't even do anything. I guess that's just the day. On round 3. So we're here in round 3 versus Alkai. I'm gonna keep. We have turn 2 Modern Age. We also have Floodplain. Looks like they're on a Gardens build, so we can Modern Age and discard the planes, looking to hold up Counterspell against their initiative. Land, Modern Age, pretty much playing standard here. Discard this. Interesting. Well, Murmuring Mystic is good, but also like not sure like how strong it is versus them. It's probably good against the initiative. It's gonna die to all their removal spells though. They deadly dispute their plant token. They didn't want to go up to 8 cards in hand. They could have disputed their Prowler. Straw. I'm gonna discard the Snap here. Play the land, pass the turn. So here they have potentially 5 mana for their initiative. Looks like they're not going to play it right away. Get in for 2. Plays a Llanowar Visionary. Okay. Alternate Familiar. Alright. Weird. So next turn they don't have the mana to cast the initiative. We have Drifter Ephemerate off the top. Okay, I'm going for it. Drifter resolves. They're pausing. We're going to attempt to Ephemerate. Snuff out? Yep, okay, fair enough. They had the Snuff out. Oh, I'm dumb because now they have a land drop, they have initiative. Chainer's Edict us. Okay. Luckily they didn't have the land drop. They are beating down pretty hard. So that's scary. So Village writes their Cauldron Familiar. We're looking for, I'm going to cycle DeLorean Revealed for a land drop. With a Floodplain. Preordain here. Looking for Faithful. I'm going to bottom these cards. Floodplain, pass the turn. Not feeling happy about where I am. So they're going to cast a Lembus. Just going to counter it. That way they can't bring back their cat. They get in. They're holding up a removal spell with the Llanowar Visionary. They're going to Deadly Dispute the Prowler, maybe? Okay. So it draws them a bunch of cards. Now they've guarded. Now they can cast the initiative. So I need to get my counterspell back or do something. We have a Destroy Evil. Play the Modern Age. Really looking for a land here. Okay, that's a land, but not the land I wanted. I'm going to discard the Arcanemancer, play the land, pass a turn. I feel very behind now. I'm very nervous about the initiative. So I can't really do anything. I think on the next turn, they deadly dispute their plant. I was gonna say, I think on this next turn, I was gonna play the Murmuring Mystic and blow up the Avenging Hunter, or hold the Destroy Evil for it. That way I have multiple flyers. I mean, we're also 20 cards deep and haven't seen a Faithful. We have 6, 7 mana. They cast a Crypt Rats. Pretty bad. Plays a Cauldron Familiar. So now they have enough mana to potentially kill us. Alright, so We find a Preordain, so we can Faithful Preordain. We can play the Murmuring Mystic and the Faithful and the Preordain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1. But they can just Crypt Rats those away. I think I'm going to get rid of this Destroy Evil here. Or the Faithful. Archaeomancer. Then I'm going to grab the Counterspell. Pass the turn. So if they want to wipe us, they can. They can't really afford to attack with the Crypt Rats. So I can just block it with the Mancer. There's a Limbus. They go bottom on the Limbus Scry. Interesting. Plays a Prowler. That's fine, I think. They really have not been doing very good making their land drops, huh? Okay, so we can play the Mancer. Ephemerate for snap, snap the Crypt Rats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, snap. And then we can counter the Crypt Rats. Or we can just play Mancer for snap. Snap the Crypt Rats and counter it. In case they have Snuff Out. Grab the snap. Attempt to snap the Crypt Rats. That resolves. Nope, they're going to crack it. Okay, they're going to Village Rights their Crypt Rats, drawing a bunch of cards. I'm going to say that's fine for me. I'm at 10 life. Now I can start attacking. I have Counterspell in hand for the initiative. So on the next turn, I'm going to go Mystic into Preordain, start flooding the table and trying to attack for the win. No blocks on the Prowler. This is a very tough matchup because a lot of it revolves around them having the initiative or not, and you're fighting that battle while also trying to not get got by the Crypt Rats. So it's very difficult to actually play through this one. Another Prowler. They're going to Bajukabog me. That's certainly bad. We lose an Ephemerate. Our Muldrifter's gone. Final Lorien revealed. Let's go Murmuring Mystic. Gain a life. Preordain. I think I want to hold on to the Lorien for more card draw. So I'm just looking for another cantrip. The snap is good. I'll make the land drop here. Top, top, play the land, and then attack. I think I want the snap. I guess I could be wrong. You are now at 16. I think I probably trying to decide if I want to block the Guildsworn Prowler. They're not likely to actually resolve any initiative this turn because of the counterspell. So probably blocking the Prowler is good. They want to snuff out the Mystic. Okay. They're trying to get me to use the counterspell. So I think I'm gonna block the Prowler with one of the birds. They play a Llanowar Visionary and get to draw a card. They've drawn a lot of cards. There are 30 cards in the library. They've drawn half their deck. So they're attempting to pay costs right now. And they pass. Let's just block. Kind of stem the bleeding a little bit. I don't want to get dead to a Crypt Rats. So the Prowler dies, they draw a card. 7 cards in hand for our opponent. They played Llanowar Visionary. They're just drawing so many cards. Okay, my turn. Now we have the snap that I knew you're going to draw. Cast Lorien Reveal. Draw 3. In Mortuary Mire back the Mystic. Take that. Probably should have preordained first. Let's preordain. See what's on top. Don't want the land. And I'll take the Mystic. Pass the turn. I wonder if I should just not attack. This lets me block some of the Visionaries. They're bringing back the cat. Okay. I go to 9. Now they're paying costs. The village writes the cat. This is a pretty cool list. Just drawing millions of cards. Village Rites and Deadly Dispute. Card advantage focus for sure. I get in for 2. I think I have to take it. We go to 7. They have 9 mana on the table. They cast a Lembus so they can bring back their cat again. They're looking at the top of their deck. They scribe bottom. I think I'm going to Mystic and then attempt to snap an Archaeomancer so I can play the Archaeomancer and get the Lorien revealed. They tapped and untapped their Llanowar Visionary. They're tapping it again. They finally cast the Avenging Hunter. Counterspell. So they probably have another one in hand. We want to try to get the... Okay, they bog me. Alright. 2, 3... Let's see. Play Murmuring Mystic. Let's evoke a Muldrifter. Draw. Attempt to snap it. We make a bird. See if they have a snuff out. We have another Muldrifter. They do have a snuff out. Okay. The Drifter is dead. I have nothing else to do. I'm gonna still pass the turn. This time I'm not going to block with my bird because I want to be able to attack with it to take back the initiative. On the next turn, we're going to play Familiar into Muldrifter. It'll be interesting to see if they just deck out. They deadly dispute their cat after bringing it back. Everybody's at 10. Plays a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have 7 black mana right now. I don't think I will die to a rat right now. This puts me to 8. Play the Crypt Rats. I guess they could play the Avenging Hunter now and then I'd probably be dead. Just looking at the clocks, our opponent is on 13 minutes and game 1 is not over. Pretty bad. Now they're going to cast Avenging Hunter, it looks like. No, they're considering cracking. They crack the rats for a lot. They draw a card. Go any order here. 3 mana. Maybe they'll cast another rats? What are you casting for 3 mana? Nothing? Familiar. I'm gonna pick up... I'm not sure if I should pick up the Chancery or not because I might find a Flicker. I probably should pick up the I'm not sure if I should pick up the Mortuary Mire or not because I might find a Flicker, but I think that's probably not that likely. So let's evoke this Drifter. Snap the Drifter. Draw a bunch of cards. Let's see if they snuff out. Okay, snap the Drifter again. Tap on tap. Okay. So we're looking for Counterspell now. We have a Drifter in play. Analysis. That's Preordain. Ephemerate and Familiar. I think I'm going to bottom the Familiar, top the Ephemerate, and pass the turn. So they could play a Rats and then just go for it. Each player sacrifices a creature. Familiar. Okay. They finally land their Avenging Hunter. They pick up the Bajuka Bog. Mortuary Mire. Get back Archaeomancer. Yes. Go Modern Age. Discard Chancery. The Archaeomancer for Preordain. Preordain. Find a Faithful. And a Mystic. So I'll go top, play the Faithful. I can Ephemerate now for Preordain. Or I can Ephemerate for Snap, and then Snap and replay the Archaeomancer. I'm going to try Preordain. Preordain. Lorien Mystic. Top, I guess. That's the turn. We're definitely in a problem position because I wanted to snap this, but they could just replay it and trap us and kill us. So this puts us to 1, Walk. Find the initiative. Kind of lame. Pretty lame. Alright, you finally did it. Cast your second Avenging Hunter and win the game. So it's dumb. Alright, move on. Bring in more counter spells. I'm gonna cut some number of snaps. Man, that was really, we didn't find Faithfuls for so long. Let's see. Let's destroy evil good. So the game revolves around counterspelling the rats and the stupid Avenging Hunter. So we just go quad counterspell. I don't think destroy evil is very good. Revoke existence is good for the relic. Probably want... They're kind of aggro, so I'm going to cut one faithful. Put the faithful back in. Let's just get rid of one snap. So if we win game 2, there's probably no possibility of them actually winning the match on time. We'll find out. Okay, we want to play first. Our deck doesn't do super good versus Crypt Rats loops. I'm going to keep based on having the Modern Age in hand. Pass the turn. Also have Counterspell for the Avenging Hunter. I can Modern Age and discard the Snap. Okay, they're just going to duress me. Probably take the Modern Age here. They take a Counterspell. Interesting. Right, we're going to lead on Modern Age, discarding Snap. They get a Cauldron Familiar, starting the beatdowns. They Village Rights the Familiar, which is good for them. Draw some cards. Get rid of the plains. Let's Modern Age, see what we see. Discard this Hideout, Island, Preordain. Don't want another Ephemerate. Bottom and top this. We're flooded on Flicker effects. Flicker Flood. We're going to have to discard the Ephemerate, I think. It's going to be bad. They cast a Lembus. They can bring back the cat. Okay, so this is a pretty good draw for us because we can discard the Deep Analysis. Let's discard the Deep Analysis. Draw 2. Okay. Chancery, a 6. I'm going to pick up the plains for right now. Then I can play plains again, play Murmuring Mystic and hold up Ephemerate, and then try to go wide. Come on. So stupid. I will blow up your land. That's fair. You got me? I guess I shouldn't be playing bounce lands in this format, huh? Let's go for the Sunscape Familiar, pass the turn, and attack. They're going to respond to my attack by bringing back the Cauldron Familiar. They go to 20. Pass the turn. Let's see if they jam the Avenging Hunter. They duress us, looking at Ephemerate or Flicker as a pick. They take the Flicker. Chainer's Edict away my Familiar. And Bajuka Bog. So I lose my Flicker. Finally, they pass the turn. We find Drifter Ephemerate. I'm going to cast this Murmuring Mystic and attack. Take 4. Opponent is going to sacrifice Village Rights, but I don't even know what they sacrificed. I'm very confused. They snuff out my Murmuring Mystic. Get in for 1. Okay. Do you have another Chainer's Edict? They Rancid Earth. My opponent is not one that likes fun. We're going to evoke this, trying to draw into some lands, and attack. You're at 7. So, with all the Rancid Earths, we probably want negates. Cast a Duress, okay. Do I take the Modern Age? Yep, they take the Modern Age. Plays a Prowler. There's a Lembus. I can gain them 3 life, so they're effectively a 10. They'll actually have to use the mana, though. We're looking for a Lorien, maybe. Find a counterspell. Okay, attack with everything. Pass the turn. Okay, they use the Cauldron Familiar. So now they're at 4. Pestilence, I'm just going to counterspell. That puts them dead. They get in for 3. Cast another Lembus. Do they have a cat in the graveyard? I don't think so. So they have to Village Rites the cat and sack the cat. We're going to attack. You go to 0. Alright, we got there. Solid. Well, that game did not take very long. So maybe it's less crazy as last time. We need the negates. We cut 1 counterspell. No. Trim the Ephemerate. Just gonna trim 1 Murmuring Mystic, even though it's pretty good. We have 6 counters. Well, we have to counterspell the land destruction. I'm gonna keep. So we can either preordain for a second land or cycle the Lorien. Grab in the floodplain, pass the turn. There we go, Faithful into preordain. Bottom these, because we're looking for lands, I think. We find an Arcane Answer. So one thing we can do on the next turn is play the floodplain, and then if they go for the Rancid Earth there, they'll probably Rancid Earth right now if they have it. We could snap their plant in response, and then counterspell. They're going to Innocent Blood. Plus, plays a Prowler. Floodplain. Pass Modern Age. I'm going to discard the other Modern Age. I'm not sure if I should have discarded the Snap there or not. Play Crypt Rats. Draw. Discard Preordain. We'll go land. Snap your Crypt Rats. Untap. Pass the turn. Opponent gets in for 1 or 2. Lembus, okay. Seems like my plan here should just be to draw the game. It's on the clocks. I don't know. Draw. Find a Chancery. Gonna play Mortuary Mire to pick up the Faithful. Pass the turn. See if they get in. They're getting in for 2. Still not gonna block right now. I'm not sure. It's possible that blocking is correct here. Faithful. Chancery. Pick up the Plains. I'm picking up the Plains because I want to have enough mana to go Arcane Answer plus Counterspell, or Murmuring Mystic plus Counterspell. They deadly dispute the Lembus. Swing for 2 again. Okay. Wasn't familiar. Okay. So they're playing a lot faster now. We have to win the game. They have 5 mana. Is now the time for them to cast the Avenging Hunter. Play a Cauldron Familiar. And pass. So if they cast the rats here, I'm just going to counterspell it, but go Arcane Answer for counterspell. Spell. Pass the turn. They have Bajuka. Okay, that's quite sad for me. Sunscape Familiar. Cast Murmuring Mystic. Attack you. So now that they have Removal Spell plus Avenging Hunter, if they removal on this one, I feel like I'm close to being dead. That Bog was really good. Have Avenging Hunter. I mean, I couldn't not counterspell the Crypt Rats. I kind of thought they didn't have a land drop, though. Man. But we need card draw badly. We take 2. Of course, they have Snuff Out. That's a good draw. Cast Lorien Revealed. Get a bird. Play Island. Deep Analysis. Get another bird. Now we have a counterspell. Okay. So now they're going to make their Avenging Hunter ginormous. It's a 7/6. We play Colony Garden. feel like we're dead to Crypt Rats regardless. Block here, block this. 7, 8, 9. 7, 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're dead to Crypt Rats regardless. We go to 4. They play another Prowler. If they have a second Avenging Hunter, I'm going to be really mad. They don't have a second Avenging Hunter. We attack with our birdies. Just one of them, I guess. Counterspell. So we go to 5. Grab an island. Okay, Undercity resolves. We grab an island. So what's the best thing to do here? Try to draw some cards. Play Familiar. Play an Archaeomancer. Get back the DeLorean. So block. I think we just die. This is very sad. I really dislike the Avenging Hunter. No, everyone knows this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is very frustrating for me. Alright, we're going to lose to the initiative that should not be in Pauper. That's okay. Oh, god dang. And concede. Round 4 on the play. Hoping we don't have to play against initiative. Whatever. We're just going to keep. Take that risk. We're going to go Land Faithful. What do you got? Land Faithful. Pass the turn. This is really like a four land hand. But on turn 2, we can cycle for the Floodplain and then pass after playing it. I guess overall, Murmuring Mystic was not super good in that position. It's supposed to be pretty good against Terror. It's just... Ha! Got him. Yes. Okay. Let's grab my dual land. Your turn. No attacks. Oh no. Is this Pestilence? Broker's Hideout. Pass the turn. Grabbing an island. If it is Pestilence, we've got some counterspells. We've got the Revoke Existence in the main deck. It could just be the black-white initiative. Just more initiative for everybody. They Bajukabog us. It appears to be Pestilence to me, which is very non-standard. Island, pass. So we have double Lorien Revealed we can cast. It's good they're on a very, very slow deck, because our hand was very, very slow. If they just jam Pestilence here, I'll just snap my Faithful, and then the Pestilence will die. I wonder if I'll play Divest again. Castigate. So they take my Lorien Revealed, which makes sense. This is another one of those matchups where it's just going to be a long slog. Buckle up. Draw another Faithful. But we get to draw 3 cards. They're not likely to have any number of initiative cards in their deck. Our opponent is going to untap. Play a Basilica and pick up the Bajukabog. No. They return a Swamp to the hand. Okay. We will jam a Muldrifter. We have the Destroy Evil for the Pestilence. Play the Chancery. We'll pick up the Plains. I'm going to discard a Faithful. What? I wasn't paying that much attention. They landed the Guardian of the Guild Pact, which is a problem. Because now they can play Pestilence freely. I will discard Faithful. So now they can play the Pestilence. They can wipe my Muldrifter. Because they'll have 2 black mana available. Pristine Talisman. Yep, you get to gain life. They cast down the Muldrifter. That's cool that there's new art for this. Old Border Pristine Talisman. Pretty sweet. It's actually schematic. Nice. Get in for 2. So, gonna play Deep Analysis. They'd have to have another bog in hand. Let's Deep Analysis. Draw some cards. And play this. Let's pass and discard the plains. They have only 3 cards in hand. Discard the plains. So this next turn I'm going to go Familiar into Deep Analysis plus Modern Age, and then have a counterspell. Okay, we got to yield to that scry because it's going to be very annoying. They put bottom. Plays a swamp. It's in for 2. They're super turtled up with their Pristine Talisman. Read the Bones. Gonna counterspell. I think I'm so far ahead on cards that I think I can counterspell this. We still have another answer for a Pestilence. Familiar. Let's draw some cards. Convert these snaps into a draw 2. Invoke the Drifter. Then snap it. Oops. I gotta yield to that first. So I draw. Let's snap the Drifter. I think I already played a land. Let's find out. If I didn't play a land, then this. Okay, sweet. So we can pick up the plains, evoke, and snap the Drifter again. Snap. So I can untap these. So we're close to being able to just lay out our all of our stuff. But I think I have to just Modern Age here. Discard a plains. And I'm going to pass. I'll discard the other Floodplain and Preordain. I need to hold up Counterspell for the Pestilence at this point. I want to just make sure all my stuff is surviving. We drew 1,000,000 cards. They're on 2 cards in hand. Next turn, my plan is probably to just go Mancer for Counterspell and then start Counterspell locking them. So we got 1 in hand and Ephemerate. Alright, I discarded the Floodplain and the Preordain. There are 3 cards in hand. No upkeep scry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. They're going to cast, or not cast, they play a Radiant Fountain, so another Feel Life for them. We're kind of just looking at each other. Chainer's Edict. Okay. Goodbye, Familiar. I'm choosing to just to get rid of the Familiar there because of the possibility for them playing a Pestilence. And right now they're going to flashback a Chainer's Edict, so we're just going to counterspell. It's the turn. No blocks. We're going to draw and discard. I think at this point, I can discard the Destroy Evil. Discard that. Land. Familiar. Archaeomancer. We're going to get back Counterspell. Cast a Preordain. And they scoop it up. So, negate. Destroy Evil or Revoke Existence. Don't really need the snaps. So I'll go down on snaps, go down on Faithfuls. Actually, we might go Dawnbringer Cleric over the Destroy Evil, because that we can loop. So we've got a bunch of answers for Pestilence, some answers for the Relic, and a bunch of answers for Guardian, so I think we're good. I don't know if Murmuring Mystic is good here. Probably don't need it at all. So we can cut those, bring in the Counterspell, and a snap. Submit. Seems like overkill in this position. I feel like there's probably a really sweet like spells-based Murmuring Mystic deck with playing like lots of free stuff, but I don't really know what it is. I'm having trouble figuring it out. Maybe like 8 cantrips, Mystics, Drifter, Ephemerate, just really leaning on Ephemerate and stuff. Okay, this seems like a fine hand. We're gonna keep. We have a negate. We can get our other colored source. Depends on them having duress or not. They mulligan to 5. So, might be a fast game. I think if we don't draw a white source, we just cycle the Lorien right away. They lead on a tap land. Island, pass. Let's see if they divest us again. Scoured Barrens. Oh man. What a beating. That sucks. uh, I feel bad. I'm very sorry. I didn't plan this. 1 mana, put your card into the graveyard. Oh boy. Let's grab a Plains Island. Play it and then Preordain. Land. Preordain. So now we can just start cantripping and holding up Counterspell. I'm gonna keep this, I think. They bog our Preordain and Lorien. So what we want to do is make sure that we have Counterspell for a Guardian. For Preordain, bottom this one. Guess I don't want the other land either. Land go. On the next turn, I can go Faithful, Chancery, pick up the Floodplain. It's not really the fastest development, but it's better than having to discard the hand size here. Still gonna, let's Faithful, then we can play the land, pass the turn. So the next turn I can tap to Chancery, pick up an island, Modern Age, discard the island. I play Basilica, picking up the bog. Yep, there's the bog pickup. Pass the turn. Let's tap our 2 mana, Chancery picking up the island, and Modern Age pitching the island. Draw. Well, I'll discard the snap here. Don't have another land drop, and in these slow, long matchups, you really want to develop all your lands. Don't really need the snap pretty much at all. Only for Drifter, Snap, Drifter shenanigans. So, I guess one of the things that you can do with Snap is you can clear the board after the Pestilence has resolved. Alice Sentinels, that's a counterspell. And then they can play the Bajuka Bog, getting rid of my counterspell. But I can't really afford to let them have the Palace Sentinels, especially after mulliganing to 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana available. We're going to loot off the Modern Age. Okay, I will actually discard the island now. Oh, I could have discarded the negate and then gone. Darn. That was not correct. That was not correct at all. So, should have discarded the negate, gone familiar, play Arcane-Mancer, get back negate. That's the turn. I guess this turn we can do that. We have Counterspell and negate. Gonna be pretty difficult for them here. 3 mana, 4 mana. So they're looking to cast a Guardian. Alice Sentinels gets countered. Could have another bog. Do you have a bog? No. Okay. So we get another creature. So if I'd had negate there instead of counterspell, they would have landed the Palace Sentinels. Going to Arcane-Mancer, back to counterspell, and pass the turn. I could have played the Modern Age to discard Deep Analysis, but I still want to hold up counterspell, and I'd rather just hard cast a Deep Analysis, I think. Orzhov Locket, draw 2 cards. Okay. So it's a 6 mana divination. Chainer's Edict. Let's try negate. So we're going to untap, play Ephemerate, back the negate, and they scoop it up. Alright, that's cool. On round 5. Okay, we're here in round 5 versus Albaz, and we have a 1-lander. We're going to mulligan. Okay, so this is probably keep. Get rid of the Mortuary Mire. Let's find out what our opponent's doing. Snow-covered Island Delver. So a fairies variant. Let's brokers for a plains and pass. This way we can play out the familiar if they don't have a counterspell open. Another Delver. So they did not flip the Delver last turn. And the only thing we're afraid of is Force Spike in this position, so we're just going to play out the Familiar. Modern Age is really good against Fairies variants. Let's see if they flip. It could also be like Mono Blue Terror, but they're having a really hard time finding instants and sorceries, apparently. It is blue-red, so they have a Bolt in hand and kill this. Plays a Preordain. So if they top, then that will flip their Delver. They went bottom. Okay, they get in. We're going to Chancery, picking up the Plains and casting Modern Age. So if this resolves, we can discard the Plains. Did not resolve. If these don't flip, let's see. They could flip. They reveal Scred. So I think what I'm going to do here is snap Delver and cast Muldrifter. So I have to use our Scred on the Drifter, which is a 3-for-1 for me. Or 2-for-1? I'm not really sure. Let's snap. Yeah, I think it's a 3-for-1 because they trade this for this, and I get 2 more cards. Okay. Cast the Delver. So we're gonna play Arcanemancer, or we can just cast another Muldrifter. They have another removal spell. We have another Muldrifter. Does it flip? Doesn't flip. Get in. We're at 5. That's another Muldrifter. That resolves. Mortuary Mire, get back the Familiar. So my plan is to block a 3/2. I'm hoping they don't have a removal spell. They find a Brainstorm. So we could be dead here, just dying to 3/2s. I don't even know what they're up to, really, other than that they're playing 3/2s. Just blue-red spells. Do you have it? Looks like no. If they had Bolt, they would have just bolted it, or they could attack and then bolt face. What a greedy player. Okay. They had a Lorien. Okay. I was really sure that they had it. Okay, they have a Terror. So we can go Familiar, Island, Arcanemancer, get back, snap, snap this, untap. Play Modern Age. We're going to discard this, pass the turn. I will be right back. Okay. Move to attacks. We know they have 1 Delver in hand, a bunch of unknowns. We're going to block, and then Ephemerate, get back snap. We go Bolt, we go Counterspell. They have Spell Pierce, we're dead. They didn't have it. Get back the Counterspell. Plays the Delver. 1 card in hand. Okay, Ephemerate, the Arcanemancer. Get back the Ephemerate. Draw. We draw Destroy Evil. So we can blow up the Terror, play the Modern Age, play the Faithful, Ephemerate. Hey, Chance, want to watch what I'm doing? Okay, we're going to snap this Delver. This is a Delver of Secrets. We're snapping him so it gets back to their hand. We untap. And then we go boom, 1, 2, 3. Actually, maybe it should be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Bam.
Yeah.
We're going to pay the ward cost. And now the terror is donezo. And now it's our opponent's turn. We still have 1 more Ephemerate, so our Destroy Evil actually worked out there. I didn't expect it to, but it did. They have a Preordain. We have to let that resolve. You don't usually counter cantrips unless you have extra counter spells in hand. They're playing blue-red, and I'm playing blue-white. They went top-bottom, so that means that this isn't guaranteed to flip. And we're going to Ephemerate for a snap. The snap. We're really looking for ways to draw cards. So we might have to just snap our own Modern Age to just start looting. If I'm right here, that comes back to my hand. If I'm right this one, they scooped. We win the game. There's one more game left. So I have no idea what they're doing. They look like they're playing Blue-Red Delver Terror, which means the Murmuring Mystic is going to be pretty good. You want the Hydroblasts, probably. The Destroy Evil was good. I'm not sure how good Counterspell is or is not, but Snap is really good versus Delver. Maybe we just don't play Hydroblast. We could also... It's kind of hard to fit all the things in that I want to fit in. Maybe I just ignore the terrors and I go for negates. Negate. Negate. Hydroblast, Hydroblast. Get rid of this one. And then completely ignore the terrors or not? We'll just try to ignore them and go Murmuring Mystic. Let's see if that works. What do you want to set?
What we have.
Lots of cards, but no lands, so we have to mulligan. Again, we have to mulligan. Okay, this is keepable. What are we going to do, though? So cards that we have, we really need. This one, this one. This one can go to the bottom. And I guess the snap. Cancel. So snap, Hydroblast. Just when you mulligan and really low, you have to keep cards that do stuff. Although that Delver is scary. So we play our tap land, pass the turn. So let's see if it just straight up flips. They whiff. We seem to be not playing enough instants and sorceries. They went top bottom, play a dual land. We are going to play our Faithful, and then play the Chancery, picking up our land. It's not a great time, but it does something.
They have this card.
That's a Delver of Secrets. It's a 3/2 flying insect. Human insect. Ooh, that's good. So we go Floodplain. We're going to play a Faithful, and then now this Preordain gains us 2 life. They counterspell the Faithful. It's also decent. Let's see if they have a Spell Pierce here. No. So I'll keep both of these cards. That's the turn. We're at 17. They have 4 cards in hand. They cast Crimson Fleet Commodore, which is scary for sure. Preordain. Looking for a Hydroblast. Snap is not that good, but Deep Analysis is pretty good, I guess. Land. I guess we can snap the Delver and then untap. Go Modern Age into Deep Analysis. Draw. Draw. Okay, your turn. This is a 5-power creature. It's an Ogre Pirate. What do you think? They kill my Faithful. Play the Delver. Play another Delver. So it looks like we need to be heavier on Hydroblasts. Find Murmuring Mystic. I'm going to discard the Flicker.
Murmuring Mystic.
I want to play that creature. I think I'm just going to die here, though. I just snap this. You have to concede. They're going to allow it, huh? The Arcane-Mancer. I'll get back this snap. I don't know, Flicker? This is still tough. Snap, I guess. We're dead. Alright, Albies. Albies, Albies, Albies. So more Hydroblasts. I'm going to cut one Ephemerate. We did mulligan to 5. Guess I'm keeping. Ley land. We're just going to develop our mana base.
Draw 3 cards.
Yeah, I want to. It costs 3 blue to draw 3 cards with Lorien revealed. So I need to make land drops. Every turn you get to play 1 land. I need to make land drops until I have 3 blue. And pass the turn. We're in a bad spot because they just went turn 1 Delver all the time. It's in with the Delver. I'm going to evoke a Muldrifter. Try to go to 7 cards in hand. They might counterspell. They do counterspell. They whiff. Plays a Preordain. Okay. There's a Volatile Fjord. We're nervous that they're going to have a Commodore next turn. Okay, we can Faithful into Evoke the Drifter. Draw some cards. Okay, we have Snap and Hydroblast. So if they don't have the Commodore this turn, then we can counter it when they play it later. They brainstorm on our end step, setting up the Delver. Flips the Delver with a Lightning Bolt. They Scred. Yeah, that's frustrating for sure. We're going to attempt to snap. That resolves. Cycle for an island. Play the island. Play Modern Age. Okay, let's probably put this into the graveyard. Murmuring Mystic, huh? I'm going to discard the Mancer just to get back the Mystic. They have a Bolt. I'm going to discard the Mancer. Pass the turn. This is the last game in my league, my man. They play a Terror. Okay. And a Delver. So now I can play discard the Modern Age, play a Floodplain, play Mystic. Should be able to get this Hydroblast off. Now we get to see how good Mystic is versus Terrors or not. You going back upstairs? Okay. We're gonna get in for 5. Okay. Come on, hardcast your creature. You know you want to. 5 mana or 4 mana for a 5/2. It's just overpowered. Not this time. Boink. Okay, so we go Faithful. Cast Lorien revealed. Draw 3 cards. Make another bird. Doot doot. And we will attack. Now we have Negate plus Muldrifter. We have birds. They flip. They've got a Red Blast. They can take out my Mystic. I'm going to attempt to block with the Vector Glider. Block. Let's see if they blast my Mystic right now. Play Fiery Cannonade. And a Bolt. Oh, that's weird. And a Blast. Okay. That's the Muldrifter. So, Hydroblast. What should I get back here? Get back the Mortuary Mire. Use the Mortuary Mire to get back. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can Mortuary Mire, get back the Mystic, or the Muldrifter. It's gonna get back the Mystic. That's the turn. Opponent is attacking. We will block. Because of Brainstorm. We're really trying to see if Mystic is good enough. Because of Delver. So they set up the Delver with the Brainstorm. Play the Murmuring Mystic. Yes, I'm Hydroing. So I think I'm going to negate. Let's Hydroblast. Okay. So if the Delver doesn't flip, we're good. If it flips, we're dead. Spell Pierce. F. Block. Take 5. Or go to 4. I think this is just going to kill us. Deep Analysis. They can Spell Pierce here. Wow, okay. Sunscape Familiar. Snap this. Untap, untap. Go to 1. Wow, okay. Somehow we're living. So it depends on not having interaction, but we can block an ephemerate now. Block, ephemerate. Am I dead? Not yet. A Delver. Okay, we will ephemerate now. I guess I should have gotten back the Arcanemancer before. Hydroblast. Analysis. Okay, Broker's Hideout. Now we're at 2. If the Delver doesn't flip, we can flicker the Mortuary Mire to get back the Arcanemancer. If it flips, we're dead. Did not flip. Somehow we're alive. This is pretty wild. What a turn. Okay. These events have been crazy. Block. We will flicker here. Get back the Arcanemancer. Yes. Then we go to 1. We play a land. Oh my goodness. The Arcanemancer. Get back the Ephemerate. Now we just wait and see what happens. So we can... They find a Lorien revealed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to block, flicker, put back the Mystic or the Mole Drifter. Probably the Mole Drifter, I guess. Block, ephemerate, get flicker, flicker here, get snap, snap that. Okay, block. Okay, ephemerate. We're going to ephemerate the Arcanemancer, grabbing the flicker. Then we're going to flicker here, getting back snap, and getting back Mole Drifter. Yes. Then we can snap the Delver. On card, snap the Delver. Okay. And we're protected from the Lorien revealed with the negate. Counter. We have Delver in hand. Yes! Wow! Okay, overall, Murmuring Mystic was not really very good. I guess sometimes it took over the game, but it was pretty slow. I'm not really sure what to think about it in this shell. I feel like you need to be playing a ton of cantrips and somehow get it up faster. So I will maybe try that over the week, and we'll check in again. Overall, we did pretty well, but versus Initiative, we just couldn't find the way to counter their stuff, plus stop them from attacking us. Their specific deck was like pretty well set against us with the Crypt Rats and then a lot of aggression, especially with the basically unblockable 2/1s. And they had so much card advantage, they were way ahead of us. So that was a pretty powerful list. I don't know how it performs in the meta specifically, but it was interesting to see. Definitely was unhappy to face Initiative, but that's just the way Pauper is nowadays. I was happy to get a 4/1 here. That was cool. And it looks like we still need to figure out if Murmuring Mystic is going to be the way. Maybe if you want to keep it around, you have to have like dispels just to keep it alive. That's an interesting thing, maybe. And we'll figure it out. Let me know what you thought. Leave a comment. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.